Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Warframe. I'm your host of the most, as always, Francois878, and in today's episode we're going to be discussing update 17.3, which marks the release of the long-awaited Syndicate primary weapons, as well as our new hot air dirigible sentinel, the Durga. Now the Durga is by itself okay. It has two new precepts, Arc Coil and Electro Pulse, which either stun one enemy indefinitely or deals electric damage to multiple enemies, which means you won't have to include coolant leak on this Sentinel. But where the Durga really shines is its Sentinel weapon, the Volklock sniper rifle. Now this weapon deals 100 electric damage per shot, which makes it the single highest base attack of any Sentinel weapon in the game, even outpacing the Sweeper Prime. Now the base electrical damage is also good because you can combine that electrical damage with other elements and get pretty much the best damage dealing combinations in the game for dealing with pretty much any faction, whether it be Grineer, Corpus, Infested, or Corrupted. Electric pretty much is a key component in the best elemental combinations to handle those. And this weapon also has punch through, which is amazing. And it also has a huge range, which is actually Durga's thing, not the sniper rifle. But the Durga will actually hit enemies, you know, longer. It has a higher range than really any other Sentinel in the game right now, which is awesome. Which would make sense, since it's the sniper Sentinel. But the Durga is possibly one of my new favorite Sentinels. It is a lot of fun to use, and it doesn't have as much utility, obviously, as the Carrier Prime does, but it definitely can deal out a decent amount of damage. I'll be doing a separate video on the Durga and the Volklock coming very soon, but that is, it's a really, and it's a really great Sentinel, and I would highly recommend picking it up, because the Volklock and the Durga are awesome. But moving on to the, now that I've gushed about my hot air dirigible Sentinel enough, let's talk about the new Syndicate weapons. For the Steel Meridian, we have the Vacor Heck. For Arbiters of Hexus, we have the Talos Boltor. For Cephalon Suda, we have the Cyanoid Simulor. For Perrin Sequence, we have the Sakura Penta. Sorry. Red Veil has the Racta Cyrnos, and the new Loka have the Sancti Tigris. The majority of these weapons are quite good and outpace their non-syndicate brothers, and there are other other weapons here that do not do that and are generally just bad. But I'm going to be doing an individual video on each of these 6 weapons over the next couple of days. So, you know, if you're looking for a specific starter build, or, you know, you're just looking for more information about the weapon, stay tuned for that, because I will be also doing one for each and every one of the Syndicate weapons. So stay tuned for that, because it's going to be awesome. But moving on, a bunch of Conclave fixes and changes, of course. They added a bunch of new weapons, the Penta, the Heck, and the Cyrnos, into PvP, obviously because of their Syndicate releases, as well as the Ceramic Dagger, Dark Dagger, Heat Dagger, Cursed, and the Shiv, which I think is every dagger in the entire game, as well as a new Heartseeker Conclave-only mod, which locks onto targets at close range with a melee weapon, but reduces blocking effectiveness. A couple of other PvP balance changes for Frost, reducing damage on his freeze ability, and his avalanche ability as well, as well as a number of bug fixes for Conclave and for regular PvE content. The only other change that is worth noting right now is that Forma blueprints have been removed from a number of rotations for different tower missions, a number of different tower missions actually, and they have now been replaced with various items, keys, primed parts, fusion core packs, stuff like that. So that's cool. Less Forma. I mean, I love Forma, honestly. I go through an obnoxious amount of Forma, so for me this is kind of bad, but for other people who need, you know, more primed parts, more stuff like that, this is actually a good thing. But this pretty much wraps up my discussion of Update 17.3, my review of it. A great update. Amazing update. A lot of these Syndicate weapons are really, really good and really, really fun to use. And, you know, I've thoroughly enjoyed using them, and the Durga Sentinel with the Volklok Sniper is fucking awesome. I'll be real honest with you guys. I tried to kind of rein in my excitement earlier in the video, but I really, really like the Durga, and hopefully I'm not too biased in the video, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. Maybe I'm just that tired of the maybe I'm just that tired of the carrier. Who knows? But thank you guys. Wow. Thank you guys very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more Warframe content. Remember, I'm going to be doing individual weapons and builds for each of the new Syndicate weapons, as well as the Durga Sentinel. That'll be coming up in the next day or so. I'll be doing all of them all at once. It's going to be a crazy just rush to get these videos done. But thank you very much for watching, guys. I appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. Until then, I've been your host of the most, Francois878.